Lucki is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. His sound is so unique and his beats are a big reason for that. In this video, we're going to look at the secrets behind his production and why rappers are secretly jealous of it.
Hey, I probably made that shit look simple and everybody knew that shit get hard.
The first type of beat Lucki loves using is a soulful sample flip, like you just heard. However, he does it in his own way. In this song, they use this sample. First, to make our beat, we need our own sample. So I found one that has these glossy, soulful keys in the intro. Then you need to chop it up. Lucki's producers tend to chop the chords into a new progression. It's important to note that the way you chop the sample should create a unique bounce too. Then all we had to do was add drums. I found the bounce on this song really interesting.
I cash out, but I never committed. I did it for me, but it's more for yourself.
So I started with a similar snare and hi-hat. Finally, I added an 808 to match the bounce of the chops. So we've just flipped a sample, now it's time to make our own. I wanted to do something a bit darker, like on 3 Summers Straight.
I don't need nobody, I'd rather make nothing out of nothing. I've been rich for my third straight summer.
First, I picked a DX7 style E-piano preset. This seems to be a sound Lucki goes for a lot in his beats. It has a glossy, nostalgic texture. I added a flanger, reverb, chorus and delay to it, giving us this. This is a very typical progression for Lucki type beats. They often descend down the scale, which leads into a more emotional, reflective sound. Then, like any soul sample, we had to add extra melodic layers. I added in a synth on the 1 and a guitar one-shot counter melody, leaving us with this. Then finally, I added a bass and soul vocals that I found on Splice. Next, we had to flip it. Began by adding a clap, hi-hat, and open hat. I followed that with a heavy 808 like you can hear on Kylie. Finally, like on Heavy on My Heart, I played the sample for the intro and that the drums come in with a Lucki acapella on top.
Okay, I'm in the lamb, truck was stopping me. I miss that slut, that's probably. I slime with a snake, no op with me. Hellbound niggas in the car with me. I miss that hoe, like honestly. Man, we did the same shit, so I guess it's cool. All the best players forgetting the rules.
As well as his soulful beats, Lucki also uses a lot of synth type beats. An example of this on Gemini is Ski What It Be.
Left foot, even more than I came with. Can't stress shit. I made M's off of words, I blessed her.
As you can hear, he doesn't use typical dark trap chord progressions like you hear on a lot of beats these days. He has his own very specific sound. I started our beat with a brass from my new free virtual instrument, Super Synth. If you want 30 presets just like this, hit the link below and download it today. That's processed with a chorus and reverb to make it sound really big. Then I chopped it up to give it some bounce. The gaps left perfect space for another sound from Super Synth. After that, it was all about adding textures. Take Bigger Vel as an example.
My mama mistaking my bitches, white bitch cleaning my dishes.
There are layers of synths, all giving different textures and tones. There's a high-end fuzzy sound that I've replicated with this lead. Then I added another counter melody with a softer sound from Super Synth. And finally, I clicked in an arpeggiated lead melody. Added reverb, distortion, delay, and portal to it. And finally reversed it and slowed it down. For the drums, I started with a hi-hat and snare. hi-hat was actually inspired by this Lucki song with Future. I used a delay to give it a similar texture. And finally, we have an 808.